We're doing live. Hi, everybody. Guess what? We're early. Yay! We're early, everybody. Good evening, everybody. This is Brune. What day is it? It's Wednesday, April number 2 in the year of our Lord, 2025. I am the Brune, and I hope you are all doing mightily well today. Shall we get those guests on? Chat, good evening. I can see you. Mudcrab, hello, my friend. Shall we get some guests on? There are guests. Okay. First up, he's not been on for a while. All hail, Emperor Goodwin.
Oh, Brown, it's lovely to be here again.
It's good to have you back.
Sadly, I had some problems with some of my vassals, and I had to destroy their planet. But all is better now.
How is Cletus doing?
Well, he's still giving his men the wrong pills. It's very embarrassing for all of us.
How many years since you made your big feature film debut, the color one?
Ooh, let's see. It's been...
Is it 40?
45? Yeah, 44 maybe? No, 45. Because it was 80.
It 80?
Yeah.
Christ. And on that bombshell, it's good to have you on, my friend. Shall we get the next guest?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
There are others. Yes,
let them suffer equally.
Okay. Hey, it's your buddy from your side of the pond. It is the wonderful Istaphobos, man.
Hello, man.
Irie.
I'm in my prime.
Good for you. You are my friend. How you doing?
That's about you know the lie, man. Yeah, some very sad news hit us all this morning, but I'm hanging in there.
It was. Nobody expected it kind of so soon.
Yeah, well, one, that's kind of my age, and two, man, if they can get Iceman, they can get anybody. How in the hell am I going to be safe?
Oh well, hopefully we've got you for the next 2 hours. It is great to have you on, my friend. Shall we get? There's another body. Shall we get him on?
Oh yes.
Oh yes.
Okay, I'll give you a clue, everybody. It's shit. Anybody? It's shit. It's a tough one, isn't it? Okay.
Greta Thunberg.
How dare you? She, correction, I think she's worth 18 million quid, by the way.
Oh, I believe it.
Oh, how dare her.
I think I said 8 on Sunday. She's worth 18. Can you believe it?
I can.
Did she have a private jet yet? Those are really good for the environment, I hear.
Yeah, it's loaned what's it? Klaus, what's his name's private jet? Anyway.
Swab.
I'll give you another clue, everybody.
Oh man, who could that be?
It's a toughie.
Ooh. Oh my God.
Oh,
hi. Sorry.
I thought he was already here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm okay.
Is it Shooty? Not this week, but Shooty's just around the corner, isn't he?
Silly Gatwick. No, not interested in him at all.
Weird. No.
Not interested.
How are you doing, Ian?
I'm doing all right. Been working today, so I'm really knackered. So.
Oh, what are you working on?
I was just doing the normal day job, shooting stupid corporate videos. Well, actually it pays. I shouldn't really call it stupid because everybody's losing their jobs in this industry at the moment. I know a lot of people that just,
and in real life
working.
Taxation for growth. There you go, a bit of politics.
I'm grateful for for working, definitely, but I know a lot of my friends who are in the same business. So there's just nothing out there. It's getting worse as well. So there you go.
Should we just end the stream there?
No.
Oh, sorry, folks. Just the reality of shite. Sorry,
well, you'll know why there's no jobs in the industry when you start watching TV shows.
Yeah, the industry is busy killing itself, and then they're shocked.
Exactly. Yeah. So there you go.
It's just a long, slow self-killing of itself, isn't it?
We all know why it's happening. I was watching Dave Cullen today, and he was talking about why, what is it, Captain America, the latest Captain America film had failed, or this, that, the other. And you know what, right? You can talk till the sun goes home. There's only one word that describes why things are failing: woke. That's it. There's nothing else. If it's woke, people
Go
now will
broke.
see it. They will see it, and then they just can't avoid it.
I tell you what I'm going to do. I'm just going to put it in the chat as well, just so the chat are reminded.
What's that?
Yeah, it's an interesting thing. I'm going to be reviewing John Carpenter's They Live, and that movie is actually very political. It would, if it was put out today, it would absolutely be considered woke. The difference is it was done competently. That's the real definitional difference between doing a political film with a message and all that, and then doing what's coming out recently. They use whatever political stance they have as a fig leaf to hide their utter incompetence.
But it was, that film was about, yes, it was, right, but it wasn't tearing everything down like masculinity and everything that seems to be horrible to the people on the left. That's the problem. In the old days, they used to put statements out and try and disguise it and stuff like that. And it was pretty obvious when they were doing it, but at least it was only about one thing. Do you know what I mean? But these films today, it's literally right across the board, from casting to whoever's directing to whoever's writing. It's just horrible what's happening today. But
again, it's just incompetence all the way. Then once you have incompetent management, then you hire incompetent people. That's what happens. And then the thing that they attack are the objective measures of things that are good or not, because they know they can't stand up to that.
Yeah, and then they hire all their incompetent friends and recommend for incompetent jobs. But so I know somebody. I wouldn't really call They Live woke. It's definitely liberal, but it has social criticisms and it's allegorical. And what did Carpenter say? He's like, he called it it wasn't a prediction, it was a documentary.
Yes.
But there was no, the hallmark of woke is how anti-white and anti-male it is. And that wasn't that movie. It was anti-establishment for sure. But most of us non-woke people, we're not crazy about the freaking establishment either. So
it's more about so unfortunately woke has become this amorphous blob that we kind of project whatever meaning on it we want. But it was, it's originally it's postmodernism. And the idea.
What do you mean by postmodernism? I'm stupid.
Okay, so the idea of postmodernism is that there are no objective standards. Everything is equal. That everything should be critically brought down and evaluated. Right. That there are no objective good things, just as there are no objective bad things. Once you believe that ideology, and usually the people that do believe that ideology do that for a reason, because they don't actually want to be compared on any kind of objective standards against others. It's why they tear down great things, because those great things embarrass them because they can't live up to it.
And that's why they don't believe that they're bad people,
right?
Only misunderstood people. Like I know people that'll cut your throat and leave you in the back of an alley without even thinking about it twice. Oh, sorry. But there are people like that. But these people won't admit. It's like, oh, well, they must have had a bad childhood or they're misunderstood. And sorry, some people, just like they're, at the edge of the bell curve on both, there's just people that are extremely great. There are people that are extremely bad. And I'm sorry if I got you demonetized. Shit,
that's all right. Ian, you said it's just we're in a straight fight between good and evil, didn't you?
The reason why, look, I always say this. The reason why I won't watch,
folks.
Well, the reason why I won't watch Doctor Who is because I actually believe what they're doing is evil. I mean, they're literally trying to teach the young generation these bad things, that males are horrible, white males are horrible. They're literally putting it into the stuff so that when young kids watch it, right, then they basically they basically kind of get brainwashed slightly, and then they grow up thinking that. There's lots of stuff that's just put men down for some reason, like that show that's been hailed now. What's it called? Adolescence.
Oh
Yeah.
God.
It's
Yeah.
basically propaganda. That's exactly what it is, and everybody's hailing it as this fucking masterpiece. I won't watch it personally. I won't watch it.
Keir
Because
Starmer's
it's
watching
based on a
Yeah.
story.
it.
It's based on a story, and the story was a black kid, and in this show it's a white kid. So make of that as you will. As I said, right, it's much deeper than everybody thinks. It literally is very evil to actually coach kids into this kind of nonsense. It really is. And I feel, look, I'm going to be dead in the next 20 years, maybe. But I just feel sorry for my nieces and nephews and my family going into this era. They seem to be brainwashed slightly as well. And it takes an open mind to see what's going on. Do you know what I mean?
Well, have you seen that they're suspending 3 and 4-year-olds in UK schools
for Transformers.
Yes, for transformer phobia and homogenized milk phobia.
Yeah,
it's
3-year-old.
Transformer
stupid,
robots in disguise horrendous.
It's stupid, right? Look, I believe in Big G, right? I've always believed in Big G, right?
Everybody.
I literally think this stuff is evil. It really is. There's something going through our world, our planet, that's actually making people more.
There's something in the water.
More
There's something in the water.
selfish, more horrible. The organizations that used to care about working class people are literally turning into something that's really horrible. So, and it's all around us, from the social media to shops being closed down to actually not making us physically meet each other. Did you know what I mean? It's all. I just get the strange feeling that there's something at play here.
Well, Ian, I have some sunglasses you might be interested in if you'd like to put them on.
I'd love
if I may, hey, Mr. Brown, that's me. Consider playing this fluke. I can't. I don't have the technology. But folks, check that clip out afterwards.
When Ian said Big G, I'm like,
Cheers,
you
my
believe
friend.
in big government? You didn't sound like a big government guy.
Where's
believe in the G,
Swappers?
mate.
Where's Swappers when we need him to talk about all this
I mean,
stuff?
but the thing is, whether you believe in it or not, right? You've got to be really blind not to see what's going on.
Oh,
and I went to the cinema, right? And Ian knows this. I went to the cinema and Ian saw the same advert. It was literally an advert called Lynx, and it was about spraying your bollocks, right? And in the trailer, this guy jumps up in the in slow motion, and this is it a guy or
no?
a girl?
It was
a
woman who was smelling his ass.
Literally, her head was right smelling his crotch, smelling his crotch, right? In this advert, right? If it was the other way around, where the guy was smelling her tits or whatever, basically he would have been torn down.
Keep talking, Ian. I'm almost finished.
It really is horrible. And then after that, because I was with my mum, right, we were watching Working Man, right? I was with my mum, and mum loves Jason Statham, loves action movies, right?
You shut it, you slag.
There was this. My mum was going, "What was that advert about?" I don't know. And then and followed by the advert with the famous 5, where they're chasing this girl because this girl is going to propose to someone, and they have the ring. They literally give her the ring, and she's proposing to a woman. My mum's going, "What?" so do you know what I mean? So don't tell me these things are not happening, because they're everywhere now, from adverts to TV shows to movies. It's and even in music as well. How many times have I heard a song on the radio tearing men down? It's just unbelievable.
Oh, yeah, Katy Perry, yeah.
So anyway, think don't take my word for it.
Good evening, everybody. This is Happy Hour on Mr.
Old men shout at clouds.
Absolutely.
Get off my lawn.
Here, get off my lawn.
I just wish films went back to the normal fun. That's what I wish. But
I think most of us on this panel in the chat, we're all like-minded souls.
And also,
these people, they hate us, but they're quite willing to take our monies.
Listen, I have a friend, right? He's gone to Las Vegas, right? He's over there now, Okay. And I'm looking on Instagram, and every freaking second he's posting something, right? He's not only posting pictures from Las Vegas, he's posting quotes from, because he's a filmmaker as well, quotes from Robert Rodriguez. Fuck, are you not enjoying your holiday? When do you get time to post every freaking minute on Instagram? Do you know what I mean? This is what it's turned this into. When I go on holiday, the last thing I'm thinking about is taking a photograph. Do you know what I mean? The world's really changing, and it's not changing for the better. I'm sounding like an old man, aren't I?
When
Yeah,
I well, yeah, old bastard. When I was young and a raver, we would just go out raving and enjoy the moments.
enjoy the moment.
Admittedly, we didn't have mobile, state-of-the-art mobile phones, but mind
even
you,
when we
would
had
we have done it though? I don't know.
no, but even when we had
Put
the
your phone away.
Nokias, do you remember the Nokias that took those
Yeah.
crappy little pictures? We weren't spending every second taking photos. We were enjoying the moment. And actually meeting people now is harder than you think. Do you know, I had a couple of friends who was meant to meet me this week, and they've all cancelled for various reasons. It's just, I don't know.
That was me. I told him to cancel. Rax McSweeney, hello, my friend. Meggie says the same things, but he's right every time. Disprove him. You can't.
Well, listen, I better stop now because
you know who loves that stuff? It's muggers, because everybody walks now with their head buried in their phone.
I do.
They're not paying attention to their
Yeah.
surroundings. Like mugging is, their stock has gone way up. It's a growth business. It's huge now.
And the good news is you can wear a mask and nobody questions you.
Yeah, you're allowed to do that in London. Common people. Hello, my friend. Wrenched is mega friends. Hey!
No, he's not. He's not. He's gone to Las Vegas with his wife, but I'm really surprised every minute he's posting something, and it's not necessarily about Las Vegas either. It's why do people post things from other people's posts? I just don't understand that, Ben.
Ultimately, it's my life's better than yours. Isn't it?
Yeah.
Or is it? Is it?
I don't know that it's that. I think that a lot of the times they're trying to front. It's all about like social positioning.
Yeah.
And also that there's the generation coming up now. It's like they haven't actually experienced something unless everybody else has seen it.
Hardship.
Right? That they get the attention.
Mm.
They've not experienced hardship as well.
Yeah, keep up.
Welcome to Old Bastard Stream on.
Well,
in my day.
Yes, so we're all gonna talk about TV shows now, and
we're getting there. We're getting there.
Well,
yeah, Sword in the Storm Wrench. Hello, Sword. How is everyone tonight? Better that you're here now, my friend.
We're all
hello, Sword.
Fucked. Oh God.
I spent a good 10 years working. My job was taking pictures, and I would often leave my camera at home when it was time to go out and live life and enjoy myself. And I missed some opportunities, but I realized even back then that if I'm out there and my purpose is taking pictures, then I'm not really being a part of what's going on. And so you kind of have to make a conscious decision that I'm not working now. I'm going to go out to this place, and my camera stays at home.
Yeah,
and people don't do that anymore.
Being behind the lens, you abstract yourself, right? You separate yourself from what's actually occurring instead of being involved in it. There's this psychological separation, and I think you see a lot of that now with people just constantly looking at phones. Or, I mean, you're sitting at a meal,
you see them down the street,
and 3 people are sitting there playing with their phones, and it was like, no, we're here now. Put that shit down.
Yeah, I actually have something in Rebecca Gold about phones, but I'm not going to spoil it for you. But I took my mum out because it was Mother's Day on Sunday, so I took my mum out to get a meal, and I'm enjoying myself, having fun with my mum and my brother and my sister. And then all of a sudden, my mum goes, "Don't you want to take a picture of the food?"
Oh, I'm like that. I love food. Yeah, food. Yeah.
Of my mum. I obviously want to take a picture of my mum, but it's really funny how every time you go for an eat, people want to take photographs of the food. And I was like, what's the point in that? But anyway, I did anyway.
Are great.
Yeah.
Don't go to the restroom with them.
Yeah. It's as I said, I find it very strange now. It's really hard to get to actually physically meet friends now. I don't know how about you guys. I don't know how you feel about it.
I've not been out of the house for 5 years.
Oh dear.
Wait, we're allowed to get out of the house? Oh my God.
I've got cabin fever long ago.
Yeah.
I have a built-in. I have to meet people, and
So do I.
Same here.
no. I mean, part of what I do, I have to meet people and work with them. So that's
Okay.
still not a problem.
No,
You're
so
a
do
pimp.
I. Yeah.
But I mean, I'm glad to, because I could easily lock myself away and not come out for years.
Yeah.
Left to my own devices, I'm a little bit scary. So I appreciate the fact that I have some obligations.
Here you go, folks. Daisy, Blossom, Flower Child, Water Spot, Nice Pussy. We have a family rule at the restaurants to put the phones down, put the phones away.
Yeah.
Yeah, I still have that look. My kids see it and they know they messed up and they will put their phone away. I don't even have to say anything.
Yeah, it's also, I'll say this again, when my nieces come over, they usually want to see a movie. So they'd come over and when they were younger, they used to come over and just watch the movie all the way through. They used to love me putting on horror films. So they used to come over and they were like, what, 10, 11? Now they come over, literally 5 minutes into the film, they're on their phones.
Yep.
It's like, why? You know what I mean?
Reg, when I did jury service last year, they made us put our phones in a box before we went in to discuss the case. Some of the people had a massive reluctance, even though they knew why it was. Damn,
Because they're addicted. Yeah.
Yep.
Addicted, man.
Oh, Sword in the Storm.
Oh, here you go. Bad foot, Will Spot. I'm watching this.
Sword in the Storm just said he watched Daredevil just for this stream. So we feel your pain, buddy.
We feel your pain, buddy.
It's interesting, isn't it?
It was not good, was it?
No, it wasn't. It was terrible. Anyway, I thought it was terrible. You know what, right? When you remember when we saw the trailer for this new Daredevil, and you saw that
we were excited, weren't we?
Yeah, that serial killer fella, and we thought, okay, yeah, that's going to be interesting. 2 episodes, and that's it.
Good night.
He's gone. Yeah.
This one felt like it was 3.5 hours long. I swear it was like never going to end. I'm like, finally the credits hit, and I'm like, thank God.
It's really funny because all Kingpin does is eat and talk shit.
Yeah, they're really obsessed with his eating.
Much like you, Ian.
No,
yeah, exactly.
I was going to ask that. It's not just eating. They're showing the plate. He's very meticulous.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
What are they trying to convey cinematically with that besides the fact that he's fat?
Well, he isn't fat.
No,
he's lost a lot of weight in this one, but in the first, the Netflix one, he was big. And the Kingpin's meant to be huge. He's meant to. It's all muscle with the Kingpin. It's not. There's no fat. It's just all muscle.
Yeah,
yeah.
But
like when Michael Clark Duncan played him.
Yes,
that was
like
appropriate
that, yeah.
Kingpin.
But Ian, if you were making a movie and you kept focusing on the plate and the utensils and the eating, what would you be trying to convey with that? Because I can't figure it out.
No, because the filmmakers now they're not filmmakers. In fact, TV show makers. And again, I'll say this again. They refer to them as content now. They refer this as content. It's not a TV show. It's content.
Totally devalues it straight off.
It does. These actors, I feel so sorry for them because they're giving their all.
Well, you're showing the people that work for you that you don't expect much from them if you call them that as well.
Yeah. I think there's more attention on TikTok videos than there is on actual TV shows now. It's sad, but
Georgius
true.
Rex, Kingpin is the boy from adolescence 20 years later, still harassed by female therapists.
Yeah.
Fat Lubber Ranch, my friend. He had his dinner on 3 plates. He did.
What is the secret?
And also, right, have you noticed, again, they're still playing the woke shit. Daredevil cannot rescue his girlfriend. He cannot save his girlfriend. The women always have to save themselves, which really does piss me off.
Yeah, bullshit.
What is the point of Daredevil if he can't even save his own girlfriend?
We've got a compliment.
Kingpin didn't save himself either. He was set up by guess who?
Yeah.
Here you go, Ian. Compliment incoming. Mega Geek was good on B-Sup.
Oh, because there was a lot of comments saying that I was shit. apparently on Visa.
No, that was just
Oh,
everyone
thank you.
welcoming you, saying
That was
Yeah,
welcoming you. Yeah.
Oh, right.
Yeah, that's
Yes.
just hello, Mega Geek.
There's one guy saying, I don't know why he's on. He doesn't bring anything to the table. I was like, oh, okay.
You bring the
there's a
truth,
lot.
and they can't handle the truth. That's
They
it.
can't handle the truth. But
They
yeah, I don't
can't.
Yeah, I'm just confused by all of this this hate about Daredevil. It was my understanding from the showrunner that this is going to be far more exciting than the Netflix version and better than the Penguin.
know.
What's going on? Are all of you media illiterate? You just don't. Are you watching it wrong? Is that the problem?
His costume sucks as well.
They got the talking points, and they're just repeating that. There's nothing about this show in any way that's better than the original. And like I said, a good example, Luca. Like, we all knew what was going to happen. Why did they spread that out over 5 episodes? Like, nothing unusual happened. It was all by the numbers. So, why they made it seem like something interesting was going to happen with Luca. He defies Kingpin. He gets killed. Like, okay, I waited 5 episodes for that.
Yeah. I just thought this was
Bob
terrible.
Smith, 9. I'm terrible with. I think I've got number dyslexia. 9866.
866.
Hello, my friend. But why does Mega show his face on BSUP?
Oh, no.
Dependable.
No, yeah,
He
no.
knows, his nose is all about.
No, on that day, my camera refused to work. That's why I didn't have my face. But on the other episodes that I've been on, I definitely show my face. So. Oh, not in brown, because nobody shows their faces on brown.
Okay, look, no, I think it's why mine never on BSUP. Well, they know.
Oh, okay.
I'd love to go on BSUP. Here you go.
Yeah.
Hi, everybody.
They can't even see you.
No, that's exactly. That's perfect. That's perfect. Just the way it is.
There you go. Like that. I'm still working on the light, everybody. There you go. Hello.
You should have a shave, pal. You're going to turn into Santa.
Yeah, I'll think about shaving the beard off. I might televise it.
Yeah. No, honestly, this Daredevil is really terrible. The costume sucks. It really does. I don't know what they were thinking to give him that kind of costume. And the whole episode was just slow and dull. And Kingpin knows who Daredevil is. Why isn't he literally telling the press who Daredevil is? It makes no sense to me. None of it.
Here you go,
Wants
folks.
to get rid of him, right?
The writing was so bad. And are we? I guess we're getting.
Nobody gives a shit. Can I just do this? Arch Colin, Miss Brown Alliance. This is what I have got. I can't even.
Dyscalculia.
Yeah, when I try to read numbers, my brain is just going.
Same with me as well.
Fuck you.
Same with you. Same with me.
Yeah. Say if I was to put in the the long number on my credit card.
Yeah, same here.
Fuck, it's a world of hurt. Literally, because I'm spending money, but just the number as well.
I have to check it twice.
Have you considered applying for a job in Disney accounting?
Yeah. No, you have to see
the UK government. Yes,
you have to see those numbers to be able to fudge them. Though they're very.
No, they're just always different every time because they all have dyscalculia.
Also, I've always wondered why the people that make superhero stuff, they don't think of the basic problems. Like, for instance, Spider-Man, right? Peter Parker. In the comics and in the cartoon, his mask is meant to disguise his voice. Yet in the films, you can tell it's Peter Parker when he opens his gob. Same thing with Matt Murdock. When he's next to the girl he rescues and he says it's gonna be all right. It's fucking Matt Murdock. Do you know
and he says her first name.
It does. It's so stupid.
Wasn't he the woman he rescued tonight? That was the his girlfriend. Wasn't it?
Girlfriend.
God, it's shit, isn't it?
Look, it doesn't make any sense to me. Tom Holland, when he speaks as Spider-Man, you can tell it's Peter Parker. Why don't they disguise his voice like they do in the cartoons? Dummies.
And listen, they find out where Muse's lair is.
Yeah.
And, I live in a big... Dude, there would have been like 35 forensic people down there going through everything. But it was just that one DEI super cop and an assistant.
Asian.
Really, they find the serial killer.
It's super cop.
and two people go in there and examine the lair. Like
the guy, the guy's meant to be dead because Matt Murdock killed him in episode 2.
Yeah,
he's
just
still alive.
No, yeah, didn't. Yeah,
he killed him, and they just brought him back. I was like, what?
And then, so what really bugged me the most, I guess, because, well, so we can have spoilers, right?
Listen, nobody cares. It's spoiled. Anyway.
Yeah. Okay, so Kingpin is setting Luca up, and he's sitting at dinner with his back to the door.
Yeah.
And Luca thinks he's going to go in and kill Kingpin because Vanessa set him up. And his guy, instead of standing off to the side in the shadows, is directly in front of the Kingpin, putting him in a crossfire.
Yes.
And then he's using an M9, so he shoots 2 shots in succession and then grabs the suppressor and unscrews it. That thing would be 550 degrees. Yeah. Every bullet has about 450 joules of energy.
Wow, nice.
Unless it's like a single 22 subsonic in a pretty big can, you're not going to be touching that thing with your fingers for several minutes. Yeah. But the guy just, so one, he's directly, Kingpin's in the line of sight. Nobody would do that. You could accidentally hit him. You would stand up.
Echo will heal him if
also, sorry, go ahead.
No, go on. You know the rule. Go. First, go.
I can't even remember what I was going to say now.
Okay, I'll go then. Titan Wrenched. Hello, my friend. Might have been the worst episode yet. Thank God it was the last of the old footage. Okay.
Was it? Can we be sure of that?
I remember what I was going to say now. Remember that scene where it was all about that woman, that guy praising Kingpin's wife and how brilliant she was, and how the business was making money before he turned up, and oh my God. And listen, and people are telling me there's no woke.
I know Kingpin's a wanker and he will go on about a lot of things, but being unjustly arrested, I don't really think that's something that he would contest. Like, I am the crime lord of New York City for 10 years and I was unjustly persecuted by the police. I don't know, man. I just couldn't. I just thought the dialogue in this episode was absolutely awful.
The logic is awful. As you guys pointed out, why would a hitman stand directly in front of the person that he's working with and fire past him to kill that guy? It's stupid. The logic is stupid in this film.
At the very least, he's gonna get lead on the food, man. That's just not cool.
And also, right, why has Daredevil got a beard? Right? If he shaves that beard off and becomes Daredevil, yes, there's but you can connect him with certain things, can't you? Same thing with Ben Affleck, who played Batman, but he's got a mole on his face. It's anybody who watches Batman, wait a second, do you know what I mean? It's just those stupid things that people don't think about when they make superhero films.
Well, they thought.
Stupid.
Come on.
Well, they thought about one thing, which the way he cut her wrist so she would bleed out. And Daredevil has 10 seconds to get out of there before the cops come, but then they come in and they're like, somebody stabilized her before we got here.
Should have bled out that way. Should have bled out.
Yeah. In 10 seconds, he stabilized her and found a secret way out of the. Daredevil shouldn't be out and about in the daytime anyway. Yes, he is a nighttime dude, man. The day just ruins everything special.
Now I question Chris Gore's ability to. He said all these episodes were good, and they're not. They're terrible.
They're terrible. You're just now questioning his taste.
No, look, I like Chris Gore. I think his shows are really entertaining, and he really knows what he's talking about. But with this, he's completely wrong.
I like him too, and I watch him, but I notice he can be a little light on some things. Like he's more accepting of stuff than we are.
Here you go, folks. Sun and Storm Wrenched. I've started rebuying DVDs, and I bet you get them cheap as well to build my collection, so streaming can.
Stay away from the Warner DVD.
Don't buy those because they'll just disintegrate.
Physical media,
and if they do it in your player, you can ruin your player. So
yes.
There you go. Did anybody see Gary this evening on?
What did he do?
Wrenched. Frank Gore also said, this was tonight on the Nooner Live type super thing catch up. Superman is amazing because a bunch of hand-picked shills said so.
Yeah, so that
yes, I saw that. Yes,
actually, so last night he did something about, he talked to a friend that was part of the screening and said it was really great. Today he said he talked to another one who said no, it was not. So it seems like there's a bit of a split in the in the review.
My friend, he saw the version before this version, and he said it wasn't very good. He said that it was slow, the romance didn't work, and he doesn't think he doesn't think what's his name, Cornballs makes a good Superman. So
they did
sweat balls.
They did cut 35 minutes from the runtime, so
Damn.
I imagine that would improve the pacing.
Yeah,
but I heard the same thing, which was it was not good at all. But again, I've disagreed with Chris on a bunch of stuff, but he understands the fundamentals of cinema.
He does.
And you can talk to him about it and he'll say, yeah, that wasn't good, but overall still enjoyed the movie kind of thing.
There you go, folks. Drew Gordon, hello Drew, Wrenched, Chris Gorn, Robert Meyer Burnett to see more films than the most of us put together. That's why they're sometimes seemingly tolerant.
No, they haven't. I've seen more films than Chris Gore, I reckon, and Robert Meyer Burnett.
Yeah, fuck you, Chris Gore.
Yeah, I think I've seen more films. I'm just not vocal about them. I don't have a TV. I don't have a streaming show to talk about.
Well, I think there's a kind of a larger component that when you are involved in the industry and people that are there or whatever, there's a certain grace that you give them because the kind of hard work that went into it.
Yeah,
Gore is certainly familiar with Gunn, and so it's one. And the other thing is that they often conflate things I like with objectively good. That's not true. I like a lot of terrible movies.
So do
right?
I.
I mean, for God's sakes, look at my Avatar. I love the 1980 Flash Gordon. And it is a terrible movie. But it is wonderful anyway, and I love it.
No, Flash Gordon is an excellent movie.
You know what, right? You know why I think Flash Gordon is a really good movie? I don't care what anyone says, because it was so brave. And I'll tell you the reason why it was brave. At that moment in time, everybody was copying Star Wars. And then when Flash Gordon came out, they decided to copy Batman, the 60s Batman, humor, and that's exactly what they did.
Great movie.
Right, but the thing is that a movie should stand on its own, not in a certain time with a certain audience and all that, right? And well, I mean, for one thing, look at the Hawkmen and tell me that that's excellent special effects.
Though.
But that's part of it, right? And there's a lot of silly camp things going on, whether it's intentional or not. It is what it is. And
Flash, I love you, but we only have
yeah, exactly. Oh God. Or let's play football in Ming's
but it was meant to be, but it was meant to be funny. It was meant to be that kind of tone. It wasn't meant to be Star Wars.
Camp.
And if you say that the Hawkman looks a bit cheesy and the green screen's not good, you should look at Star Wars again. There's that scene where all the
the Hawkmen look like shit that I have done in community theater. We're going to make some wings and just glue them on.
Oh, come on, Emperor, lighten up.
That was the time.
Yeah, but
come on.
Yeah, because I still love the movie.
Yeah, didn't they dub Sam Jones's entire part?
Yes.
Yeah, but the movie was fun.
Yeah, it was. It was a lot of fun.
My 12-year-old, 13-year-old self loved it on VHS.
Right, and again, I love many. I mean, Commando. I love Commando. That is a stupid movie. It is a brain dead stupid movie, and I love it because it is just watch giant man do crazy things that are absolutely unreal.
Yeah, but it was fun though.
Yeah.
The thing is, though, those movies have enjoyment out of it. It doesn't matter what age you are, you can sit there and have a laugh over those movies. And again, I would say Flash Gordon is a great movie because it's one of the original ones that went down a path that was very dangerous, but it worked. It worked very well.
Amazing soundtrack.
Listen, there's no way I could watch The Force Awakens as many times as I have happily watched and rewatched Flash Gordon.
Here you go, Side Feet Wrenched. I like Alien Resurrection. let's be honest, we all have a few guilty pleasures, like little person pornography.
I know.
It's legend, by the way.
I liked that movie up until the reveal of the final baddie. Actually, I thought the movie wasn't bad, but I also got a chance to read the original Joss Whedon script for it, and that would have been a magnificent film.
I've watched a lot of films in my times, and recently I've been watching 40s movies as well, which I think are terrific. As the filmmaking, especially the filmmaking, and the black and white photography is pretty amazing when you watch some of these old films, especially when you watch them in 4K. They really, you can see the true mastery of filmmaking when you watch those things. But again, I would always say Flash Gordon's a classic. As far as they can never do it again.
We had Buck Rogers in the 25th century, practically same time as well.
Yeah, it was a TV film though, wasn't it?
Series for us.
TV, you see, yeah. Well, when it came out here, it was a movie and went to see it in the cinema, and that was a TV film, and then it was on TV, and we all same thing. Battlestar Galactica. When Battlestar Galactica came out to the UK, it was a movie with censor around.
Well, that was actually that was how it was created originally in the US as well.
Okay.
Yeah, because they were first attempting to
see. This is how good Daredevil is. We're not talking.
Yeah.
No, this was probably the worst episode yet. I'm still curious.
I was just bored.
Can somebody verify that that's the last of the old footage? But we've seen some new footage too, and that hasn't exactly inspired me.
But the thing is, though, when you take away the proper content of a story, it becomes unfocused. The Kingpin's meant to be evil. He's meant to be the crime lord of New York City.
Yeah.
And they're not portraying him that way. They give us some soft, pansy ass, fat, eat food all the time shit, haven't they? And they've made the woman like that now. So as I said, right, the only thing that's spoiling these shows, you can dance around it all you want. Oh, it's a bad script. Oh, they've got the wrong actors. Oh, it's a not good costume. It's the woke. If it wasn't the woke, right, you can forgive a few things. It's the woke that's destroying entertainment. Exactly.
And it's a little ironic that the woke are all about context. There are no bad people. It's just context, but they're the ones that fail to apply any relevant context to film or television.
Alex Ashkan Wrench, hello Alex. He was fixed by Echo Mega.
Yeah, his trauma was solved by the history of her people all coming together.
He's meant to be dead and have no eye, right? Because she got shot in the eye or something like that.
Yeah. I don't understand that. How did that work?
He just needed like a change of contact lenses or something. It was all right.
He's not evil anymore. So I guess Daredevil's actually the bad guy in this series, and luckily the mayor will
have devil in his name. I mean, it's been there the whole time. For God's sakes, everybody should see it.
Oh yeah, I focused on the dare part.
Oh.
I mean, it's really hard to talk about it because it's just so
it's awful. Yeah. It's awful. They've literally destroyed something that could have literally had attention. If they made this well, it would have been good. But
it's not true.
Capable of making it well.
Listen, I've not seen good things. I've not seen any of it, but it's not true to the characters, is it?
No, not even close.
No, and that's the thing that everybody like in the first episode, they were like, oh, whatever. And I was like, I don't need to see the actors walking around in the skin suits of characters that I enjoyed, because these aren't those characters.
Do you know what? Right? They could have easily made Born Again the comic, right? They did some stuff from Born Again in the fourth season of Daredevil, the Netflix Daredevil. But there are other stuff in Born Again that they could, especially a Kingpin's arc in Born Again in the comic, they could have done that. But they didn't. They decided to woke it up, and this is what we get.
Woke it up.
And if I'm going to watch actors in skin suits, it better be Sydney Sweeney's skin, and they better be doing something interesting.
Yeah.
Carry on, I'm just typing.
What else can you say? It's shit. That's what you can say.
Yeah, and I know that everybody is saying, well, this is the end of the original material that they were having to mess with, and that the last two episodes are part of the new writing team. The problem is it's the new writing team that told me that this was going to be better than Netflix and better than The Penguin.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It
I
really is
mean,
terrible.
Yeah.
just go back and
just like a show of hands. Those of you who think this was better than The Penguin,
Excuse me.
please raise your hand.
Okay. Are we gonna do some marks out of 10 for who've seen it?
Terrible.
Because I've had enough of this.
yeah, I give it a 1 out of 10, and that's
Damn.
generous.
Ian,
No,
0.
0, definitely. This is a 0 because it's just not working. The whole thing's not working. Do you know what? If they scrapped everything, they should have scrapped everything. That's what they should have done.
fresh.
Why did they keep stuff in? They could
I
have
wanted
less
to put-
episode and scrap the whole thing.
I wanted to put the Acolyte on. That's how bad it was.
Okay, I need to give it a
That
mark.
was last
don't
year's
I?
greatest comedy.
Okay. I'm not even. Should I give it 5 point?
Yeah. Why not? Why not?
Yeah.
I'll give it 5
Around 5.5 out
everybody.
of 10 is like an IGN 7 out of 10.
Yeah.
5.5 out of 10, everybody.
And IGN did give it 7 out of 10. So
Mhm.
I've not watched any of these, so I'm coming in cold with these folks. I recognized it was boring.
It was boring. What's the point of that guy from the Sopranos son, whatever his name is in this? What was the point of him? He didn't do anything.
Don't know.
Just sat in Kingpin's chair and talked a load of bollocks. And then what's her name? What's the Urich's niece, whatever? She had a big part in it,
Lamont.
didn't she? Or section in it, whatever. Talking about the file that she found on what's his name? Conveniently. Ugh.
That was a nice touch with that young girl with the tear going down the. Nice touch. Not.
And she didn't recognize Daredevil's voice either. She didn't recognize it was Matt Murdock. He has a very distinctive voice. Old Charlie Cox.
I thought, man,
It's just ridiculous.
Seeing the
Whole thing's
tear rolling
ridiculous.
down, so amazing that so amazing that tear running out. It's so incredible, amazing. You can just tell the person who's watching it, amazing. Oh, amazing.
They're just waiting for their caretaker to come and give them some more graham crackers.
Yes. Okay. Are we done with that then?
Hell yes.
Yeah.
Okay. That was. I feel we're coming back for the next one, aren't we? There's only 2 left.
Mhm.
Ugh. Please like, share, subscribe. Okay. CinemaCon's been going on this week. I just thought I'd do one slide.
It's definitely a con.
James
That is
Gunn.
the important part.
Thanks to everyone at CinemaCon for making our time so fun. Hashtag Superman.
Apparently, during his speech, he kept thinking this was Comic-Con.
Is that cornball there? Is it?
Sweat balls, yeah.
Yeah. Mm. It just look. I if it's good, I will be happy. I would be 100% happy, and if this film is good, but I don't think it's going to be. I think it's going to be just Gunn. It's just going to be Gunn Superman.
Gunn.
It's not going to be Superman.
it's going to be Guardians of Krypton.
Just the idea of having a dog pisses me off.
Oh, Frank Gore said the dog is, it's amazing. It's so, it'll do.
Please.
It's amazing.
Please.
I have to say, this is actually one of the reasons that I think it's a bad idea to have comic fans doing a lot of these movies. It's fine to be aware of the stories, to look at them as for inspiration, but the problem is that comic fans want to put in all the little key jangles from the comics they read when they were dumb in the comics.
I don't think James Gunn wanted them in there. Look, right. You have to understand that if I got put in place to helm the DC universe, before I sign that contract, I know that I'll get interfered, not interfered personally.
Oh.
The powers that be will interfere with what I'm doing. Right? I'm
Take
pretty
your
sure,
hands off Mega Geek.
Exactly. I'm pretty sure that Gunn just wanted a Superman movie, and I'm pretty sure that the powers that be told him that he had to have certain amount of heroes in it.
I think it's the absolute opposite, because all
You
Gunn
reckon?
does is quirky ensemble scripts. That's what he's good at. It's what he likes to write. Remember, he wrote this. And so that's what he specializes. So guess what? Oh, who is surprised that we have a whole bunch of characters that are in this, that are other superheroes and things like that.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Jay on this one. Gunn does
so?
ensemble stuff, and I think the movie studio, they don't know enough about it to really. They just need a win.
They need a win, yeah.
They want a Superman movie. They're not really looking at it in the same way.
You say that they shouldn't hire comic book fans, right? But I think they should, but the right ones. It's obviously that Gunn's thoughts on Superman is askew, in my opinion. I wouldn't. A real fan would never have that freaking dog in it. They wouldn't.
That depends on what era they're a fan of.
We're talking about Superman. Do you know what I mean?
Crypto was in a lot of the, but again, depending on what era you were reading the comics.
Well, you stick with the what you call it, the solid thing about Superman. You stick with that first, and then if that movie is a success, then you start thinking about other eras of Superman.
I do like Rachel. Oh, sorry.
Okay. No, go on, my friend.
I like Rachel Brosnahan's dress. I noticed how short she is compared to everybody else.
She doesn't look hot in the film, though? How come she looks like a boy?
I know, but she is hot, and she looks hot there. That's why I'm admiring the dress.
In the movie. She's not allowed to be hot.
Much like Sydney Sweeney and Madam Web.
Yeah.
Gary said that logo is because something to do with licensing rights for the proper logo that they don't have it or something.
Well, they don't want to pay the fees,
the extra money
to the original artists. Yeah,
they should.
Should and is are two different words for a reason.
That is Superman. This is not Superman. This is some kind of weird version of Superman.
It's a Superman we have at home.
I can't get the logo for me is the.
That suit is absolutely awful.
And the suit is shit.
Yeah, it's shit. And don't even talk about Cornball's eyes.
Sweat
and
balls.
His bloody head. God's sakes. He is the worst person you can. I thought Fugly Superman was horrible. This guy, he definitely takes the cake. And
Frank Gore said apparently everybody says he's really good.
Well, I hope so.
Cornball.
I hope so.
He is fugly, but he carries himself like Superman. He's really good. Like Fugly Superman can he can hold his water, man. He does it.
I don't know. I hope it's good because I want to see a Superman movie. But every flag has gone up for me on this movie. Every one of them. From the woke aspect straight across to Gunn doesn't know what he's doing, to Disney, to Warner Brothers interfering. All those flags are coming up.
Rax McSweeney. Gore said it's good, so it must be true.
Yeah.
I didn't realize Nicholas Hoult was so tall. I still think of him from About a Boy.
Yeah,
when he was a little kid. It was a great movie.
They said Holt is fantastic in this.
Holt doesn't sell movies. Why did they cast him? Why couldn't it have been a grown adult? I know he's a grown adult. He doesn't look like one. Why wasn't it Cranston or someone like that that add gravitas to that character?
Here you go, folks. This is the voice of reason. George Rex. No point in talking about it.
No, of course there is. That's the whole point of the stream.
Good night, everybody.
Well, why should we not? Well, look, we're only guessing here, right? And I will say this again for the cheap seats. I really, really hope this is good.
Mm-hmm.
I do. I want to see a good Superman movie.
Yeah.
And nothing's changed. So.
Yeah, but I have every reason to doubt that because of who is in charge of it. Gunn doing an earnest character that is very black and white about good and evil. That's not in his wheelhouse. It's not ever what he's really done. And then everything that they release and information they give out just further confirms that this is going to be under the James Gunn script, which means there's going to be an ensemble and it's going to be quirky and there'll be humor and everything going on.
You know, if they made the 1978 Superman today, Superman would not be allowed to save Lois Lane as she's fallen off the building.
Oh,
She wouldn't need him.
she probably will get out the helicopter before it falls.
oh
Yeah.
yeah. That's somebody said that they said this is the second best Superman movie, following the Donna 78 version.
We'll see.
Yeah,
I don't know.
and I have sympathy for that man who obviously suffered a traumatic brain injury. But press an X to doubt on that.
Dude, when Superman 2 came out, man, that was the bomb. We must have went and saw that like 5 or 6 times at
You
the
know what?
theater.
Even then, I didn't like Superman 2. Because
Donna Cut's brilliant.
I can't remember how old I was, right, when I saw Superman 2, but I could see everything that was wrong with that film. Even though I enjoyed it, I was like, what happened to the photography? I kept saying to myself while I was watching it, and I was thinking to myself, what? That's not Gene Hackman. That's some stunt guy. You know what I mean? All these questions were popping up in my head when I was watching it. And now I know.
Here you go, folks. Manuel Grell writes, hello, my friend. Gunn's major problem is that he is an edgelord. What's an edgelord for me? What's an edgelord?
A bit of a trolley. I like to be edgy, subversive. It's all of the things that Superman should not be.
Okay, that prevents him from making a Superman movie how it should be made.
Yeah, a Superman movie should be earnest and sincere, and it should never make fun of itself.
Yeah, that's the antithesis of James Gunn.
Yeah.
Superman is the complete opposite to Batman. He's truth, justice, and the American way. He believes in the good. He doesn't lie. He's like almost a perfect human being. He's good looking. He's tall. You know what I mean? He has powers of a god.
And he is physiologically and neurologically incapable of doing something stupid just to advance the plot.
Yeah.
Whereas Batman is supposed to be dark and calculated, and he should not only be a detective like the Batman, but he should be a good one. And my problem with the Batman is that he was a stupid detective. If you want to get quirky, go find some other IP.
Yeah, we're going to get the Member Berry music tracks, aren't we?
Oh, I'm sure.
Well, I have to say that's one of the best soundtracks I've ever heard in a film, so I'm okay with that.
Okay.
I mean, you know, I understand if Superman lived in this world, there'd be a lot of people that'll think that he's, you know, for this and for that, and there are a lot of people that won't like him. But I think the majority of the world would like Superman.
Here you go, folks. This is good. Georgius Rex, busy tonight, my friend. Zack Snyder is an edgelord. James Gunn is a piss taker.
Yeah, Zack Snyder's a 13-year-old edgelord who never grew up.
I do like James Gunn, though.
Again, for the things that he makes that are in his wheelhouse, he's very good and makes enjoyable movies. It's just an entire, you know, I don't cast Timothy Chalamet to replace Arnold Schwarzenegger in Predator.
Yeah. I just have a problem with Cornball. I don't think he looks like Superman. I don't care what anyone says. He doesn't look like Superman. His face is too wide. His body is not the right shape. He's got a crappy costume. And the S doesn't look good on his chest. It looks stupid.
Yeah, and you wouldn't get Michael Bay to direct Terms of Endearment either. The fact that they think all of these people are interchangeable, that's a problem at the executive level. You're a director, so you can just direct.
You have big name do thing. Here, they go do the thing.
They think your title in Hollywood is like a superhero mantle. As long as you have the title, it doesn't matter who is wearing it.
Yeah. I mean, if you had the chance, right, who would you hire if you were in charge of Warner Brothers and you had the pick of any director? Who would you hire to direct?
Take care. Show.
Who would you get to direct the Superman movie with the directors that we have now? I mean, I would never pick Gunn, that's for sure.
I mean, that's the problem is who do you have now?
John
that actually, I mean, you have an entire generation that's essentially, you know, edgy and cynical and subversive and sarcastic, right? And that's the antithesis of what you need. I don't really know anyone that I would think of right now. Maybe Sam Raimi.
I would get Jon Favreau, but I would have Maggie Betts as an assistant director to make sure all of the emotional beats were hit properly.
Branagh.
No, I no, yeah, Branagh be good choice. Also,
Mendes,
maybe
Sam Mendes.
Yeah, maybe Sam Mendes.
Well, Branagh is Shakespearean, and he could definitely bring a sense of
Yes.
gravitas
There
to
you go.
Superman.
Good call.
Yeah,
Nolan,
he
Del Toro.
Oh no, Nolan, the one that wrote the Zack
Batman,
Snyder
yeah.
one. That
No,
had his dad be
Michael
retarded.
Bay.
No,
Michael Bay.
No, not Michael Bay. Michael Bay is not right for this. You need somebody with gravitas and also someone
Charles Lawton.
that their work is balanced. Do you know what I mean? Like Richard Donner was perfect to direct.
Oh,
Superman.
I'll tell you, you know,
well, that's
do
it.
you,
We
do
have
you
it.
Price of
know-
Reason's girlfriend. I get it.
Yeah.
Do you
Yeah.
know who's won the internet today?
Mm.
Mel Gibson. Do you know what? That's
Smilex
not a
wins,
bad. That's
everybody.
not a bad idea. Mel
Well done,
Gibson's a
mate.
brilliant.
Brilliant.
Mel
that's
Gibson's a
brilliant.
brilliant director. I would
Smilex, that's a
consider
great
that.
idea.
Yeah.
And
I
he'd
would
do it as
consider
well.
it.
He'd do it
Yes,
as well.
If I was in charge, I would consider it definitely.
Oh, Smilex, you're so fantastic for an otter.
But he's still in Hollywood jail, isn't he? They're not.
no,
letting-
not as much. Not as much.
Okay. Yeah, no, Smilex. That's a
It's a good
maybe
idea.
he can.
There you go. Simlex. Yeah, wretched. C, question mark. I have a good idea every 3 years. You do, mate, and it's a
Yeah.
fucking belter.
It was
shows
utterly
you submit to
fascinating.
B-sides would argue against that. Smilex. Stop
Yeah,
it.
he's one of your regulars, isn't he? I
Yeah.
can see why now.
He is.
Dependable is that otter.
What an otter great idea.
Mhm.
Wah, wah, wah. Have we finished with Superman?
Yeah.
July, or is it July? July, everybody.
Yeah, that movie's going to have a problem in Fantastic Four, both running up
Okay.
against Jurassic Park.
Okay, we'll do this tonight. Who saw this?
Oh yeah.
Oh God.
What did he say? Did he say something bad?
Star
Right.
Wars actor John Boyega says series was so white in new documentary. Let me tell you, Star Wars always had the vibe of being in the most white elite space. Boyega, who played Finn for 3 films in the series, said that fans weren't used to a black man character because Star Wars has always been so white. It's a franchise that's so white that a black person existed in it was something.
Shut up, John.
Source, Fox
Well,
News.
what about
Yeah, well, first of all, Billy D. Williams would like
Yeah.
a word with you, sir. And as a young white kid who saw that, I was like, that is a smooth motherfucker. He is cool. I mean, he was the proper foil to Han Solo. You know, are we ignoring James Earl Jones?
Yeah.
I think,
You know,
may I?
yeah. Go
yeah,
ahead.
well,
John's missing the point, isn't he?
I think
We-
John is
we
pitching
were
to
all-
get attention.
We were all for John. We were disappointed that Disney sold him down the river, so he's just there for comic relief.
Yes.
We weren't the problem, John. We weren't the problem.
No, I
Well-
don't think. I think he gets to the point exactly because this is Hollywood going, hey, you want back in? You need to make a car hostage video. And
But
this
you-
is his car hostage video attacking
For a
the
new Star
fans.
Wars film.
Yes, even though he knew the fans were the only ones supporting him last time, he had to get on board and behave if he wanted to get work.
You know, who's that black director that's made all those horror films and what's his name? Jordan Peele, isn't it?
Yeah.
The black director
Yeah.
and producer. Right. He makes films, and majority of the people in his films are black, right? George Lucas is white. He made Star Wars. So it's what are we complaining about here? Also, right, Ian is right. When I saw Finn, he was the most interesting character
Yeah.
in the Force Awakens. He was I thought he was going to go on to be a really big character in the next
Yep.
3 movies, and
Yep.
they sold him down the river.
Yep.
Why are you attacking us, mate? You know, you're
What-
from South London. You used to live close to me. You're an idiot. What can I say?
Shut
Well-
it, you slag.
Yeah.
Well,
the
he's
reason
blaming-
he's
he's
attacking
blaming
because
us.
we don't pay him.
Yeah, he's
He-
blaming us for what Rianne Johnson did, but
Exactly.
he knows, but
He's a
he
South-
also
South
knows
London kid. Like
he
me.
knows who writes the checks, and we don't write the checks. But we can make or break a film if we choose to not go and see it.
Yeah, but he
Listen,
gets his check anyway.
we look. There's no way. Look, he's going to get work soon, right? He's a good actor. He really is a very good actor. And the thing is, right, he should really be real because you know what? This woke stuff, right? There's people now that are actually making stuff that's not woke, right? In Hollywood, there's this separation now, and most of the
Yeah.
stars are kind of going towards there. So he should basically speak his mind and not be
Yeah.
scared that
I
people
f-
are not going to give him work.
Alex Ashgan wrenched. I think he was interesting. Yeah. And then JJ made him a clown. I don't think he did.
It wasn't
I think
JJ.
it was old Roundhead.
Roundhead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
JJ had plans for him.
Yes.
I don't think JJ has plans. I think
Well,
that,
he had
I think-
better plans than old Roundhead.
Yeah, well, I mean, there's a reason that JJ didn't do the next movie. It's because JJ had no idea what to do next with the corner that they had written everybody into.
No, that's not what I heard. Well, again, I can only take it by the people that I know
Pinch
in LA.
of salt, bucket of salt.
They said that JJ did have a plan, but his plan didn't align with KK's women turning Star Wars into a woman's
Self-insertion.
brand. So basically, they told him no for the second one, even though he was contracted to, and they still paid him apparently, right? And then when everything went tits up with Roundhead and people complaining, they went back kissing his ass to come back and do the third one, but it was too late because the damage had already been done, and JJ was in a situation where what does he do now? And then they wrote a script that he was happy with, and then halfway through shooting it, the powers that be came and they were changing it. And one of my friends said, right, he wasn't on set, but one of his friends was on set there, and he said that he saw JJ sitting on an apple box with his head in his hands, like he was so upset. He did this whole stuff with Matt Smith, and he was so happy with it. And then the powers that be came down, and they said, "Nope, we can't have that character," and they dismissed everything that he shot. So I don't know if this is true. Then JJ was trying to save Star Wars, but the powers that be didn't like what he was doing, and we stuck with what happened. And he's smiling for the press, going, "Oh, yeah, well, blah blah blah, whatever." And inside he's crying. I don't know if that's true, but that's what I heard.
I was looking. I can believe it.
Yeah.
I mean, the problem is that JJ has a long and prestigious track record of not being able to write endings.
But the
Yeah,
one
that
time
he does things in the moment. Oh, it's a mystery box to here to get to the next thing, and then when you actually have to sum it up and actually have it all make sense, he just butt fumbles it because
possibly the one time when he could have come good though, because he loved Star Wars.
He did, yeah. He liked
the
more
one time he could have come good. He had the rug pulled from under him.
I love football. Doesn't mean I can play it.
He has a real defensive attitude about it too, though. So he wasn't really accepting any outside advice.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, though, I before all this shit happened, I used to think JJ was good. He did Fringe. I loved Fringe. I liked the Mission Impossible film that he directed. I thought it was well directed, and also he set things in motion from that point on. From that third one, they started using Benji a lot and stuff like that. It was his idea to bring in what's his name, the British guy. What his name is? It was his idea to bring him in.
Simon Pegg.
Simon Pegg, yeah. So I'm saying, and he made Super 8, which I thought was enjoyable, but not great. It was enjoyable, and he did have an ending. He didn't have a mystery box ending.
But it was there.
No, it wasn't a good one. No, but it was still entertaining.
He doesn't know how to pay off his setups. He's really good at setting up, but
he's
too lazy.
But I think Star Wars killed his career. I think it did. So.
Well, unfortunately, I think because of who, it killed a lot of people's careers. Unfortunately, and it shouldn't. It should have been the beginning of something great.
I'll always say this: if I was in charge, if I was making a movie, I would consider John Boyega because I think he's a really good actor, and a really nice chap. Really nice chap. So I don't know. It's a shame, really. It's a shame he's saying this.
Kendrick Lamar is probably desperate for work. JJ was barely involved in Fringe after the initial creation of the show.
He was, yeah. That's you're absolutely right. And the other one as well. What's that other one that he did?
Lost.
No,
Alias.
the other one.
Alias.
Alias, yeah.
Oh, Yeah. Well, talk about. I just thought that show was silly.
There you go. Professor Atu, hello, Prof. Wrench will spot. Nice chap. Who attacks fans?
All of them from Star Wars. I think
Uh,
all of them now.
Speaking of which, we have a super chat, I think.
We do. Would you care to read it, my friend?
Sure. Yeah, the real question should be, why would Hollywood allow any of its actors to attack their customers? Like, no other industry does that. Why do they think this is a good strategy?
Because, right, it's not about the film. It's not about the content. It's not about what they make. It's about training the new generation of people to think the way they want them to think. That's what it's all about.
Well, I got an answer. I can't complain.
Yeah, I would have a different answer because Ian is assuming a competence that I've never seen from them. What you generally have is they have an idea of how culture works as far as we make movie and we change the culture. They've heard this from very stupid college professors and they're convinced of it. And so when things don't go their way, rather than the other thing is they're vain as hell and they were theater kids who weren't bullied enough in high school. The problem is that when there's a critique against them, what they always do is, well, I'm smarter, I'm better, and all that. So what they do is that it certainly couldn't be me. I mean, I'm the special snowflake, the gifted artiste, who could never be wrong because I have a vision and it's my passion. It must be those idiotic audience members that are there. And they do it in no small part to keep the attention off of them. And it's because studios don't hold them to account because it's rot all the way up.
I got two answers, double my money's worth.
Double your money.
Okay, have we done with John? Is Hollywood done with John?
No, I hope not.
I'm completely done with John.
I hope he gets work because he's a very talented young man. That's what
Young man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got a really talented guy that does my landscaping, but I'm not going to go pay to see a movie he makes.
I
Yeah.
think you're being mean to John.
I think he was being mean to us, but hey,
yes, he has.
know.
Yeah,
Do you
no,
think
you're
this-
right.
Do you
Absolutely
think
right.
this is a way of him clearing the way for the Ray film that's coming?
It's
No,
never
look.
going to get made.
Look,
Oh, it
he should-
is.
No,
look,
it's not.
look,
2027, 50.
he should be honest with himself and with the people that he's speaking to. If he's doing this just to get work, then he's stupid, as far as I'm concerned.
If he was honest with himself and the people around him, he would have to find a different line of work.
Yes, but right, I think he will eventually. All he has to do is play the waiting game. That's what I reckon.
Why don't you ask him if he wants to say cameo in Rebecca Gold?
Gold,
Would be
yeah.
nice if I see him again. I used
Well-
to see him all the time before he was famous.
And you don't meet too many actors that are rocket scientists. So if we were to
Mm.
discover that he actually is stupid, I wouldn't be very surprised.
I don't know. I met Daisy once before she was famous. 'Cause she was a friend of an actress that I used in one of my
Oh,
films.
right,
and
okay.
she was nice. She was a sweet girl. You know.
Oh,
What I
do you-
mean? And
That doesn't
I
mean
don't
she's
know.
smart.
Do you think
Exactly.
she would make out with Rebecca Gold?
I think if I paid her a lot of money, she would.
I don't think it has
$20
to be a lot
million
of money given her career of late.
Yeah, it's time for another Kickstarter, I think.
The
Cleaner
thing is,
was
though,
excellent.
I think Boyega and Daisy, they are very talented actors. It's just the crap that they've been in.
Yeah.
And that's why people think of them that way now. It's a shame because this Star Wars film should have made them huge stars. They should have been like one of the biggest stars in the world, but they're not.
Yeah, and we should be having a decent Star Wars film every
Yeah, exactly.
2-3 years, and we'd all be going Star Wars.
Yeah,
Amazing.
exactly.
KK, KK had a license to print money. Streamkiller.
Well,
They
I
wanted
mean, as with
There you go.
many women that deal with mechanical things, they broke it, and then they're waiting for a man to come in and fix it.
It
Is this
shouldn't
where
be-
the word bent would apply?
Yep.
Oh, I think
Okay.
It shouldn't
just
be
checking.
a woman in charge of Star Wars. This is a boy's own thing. It's like putting a guy in charge of Barbie. Do you know what I mean? It's a stupid idea. It should be guys that are paving the way with Star Wars. It shouldn't.
Well, we wouldn't be allowed
It
to do
shouldn't.
that, but KK's allowed to do what she did.
Exactly. Flip it the
Shall
other
we
way. They won't.
move on? I need to look at the slides.
What's the next? Oh no!
There we go.
Yeah, it's a shame.
Breaking. The Batman and Top Gun star has passed away from pneumonia. His death follows a long health battle after he was diagnosed with throat cancer in 2014, but later recovered. His daughter, Mercedes Kilmer, Val Kilmer, revealed he passed away on Tuesday in Los Angeles.
It's a shame, really, because he was destined to be a big star, wasn't he? It's a shame.
Well, it was, wasn't he?
Well, to the point, right?
He was getting
was
there,
he?
but he sabotaged his own career, and
Yes,
then
he did.
How did he sabotage it?
He did it on purpose.
climbed up his own ass quite a bit.
No, when he was doing the role for the Doors, he actually, the guy basically became Jim Morrison as much as anybody could, because he went full method. And he even he said in an interview once that what destroyed Morrison was embracing the fame that he was destined for. And he said, and he knew if he had done the same thing would happen to him.
Yeah, that doesn't quite match up with him being a royal pain in the ass on set in many movies, and because he had really bought his own hype.
Well, that too, but
you have the greatness of Island of Dr. Moreau.
John Z, or is it John Z? Regged. Mr. Tom Cruise took him out.
Well, Tom Cruise was up for the role of Jim Morrison, and so was John Travolta, and he beat both of them by basically. There was actually a tweet by Jennifer Tilly, who auditioned to play the girlfriend. She said there were hundreds of us waiting in line, and they were just herding us like cattle. All of a sudden, this car screeched up. It was blasting Doors music, and a guy gets out shirtless in leather pants and just swaggered up into the audition, and that was him.
Yeah.
And they said from that moment on, he also, I had found out, I know a lot about that movie. He actually recorded demos of Doors songs. I think he did 9 songs and put them next to the originals. And he presented Oliver Stone that tape and said, "Tell me the difference. Which one is Jim and which one is me?" So he rented out a recording studio and sang 9 full Doors songs before he got the role.
Also, he was a pain in the ass to work with that comedy that he did. What is it?
Top Secret.
Top Secret. Apparently, he was a pain in the ass. Apparently, yeah.
Yeah. I think the big thing is that later in life, he matured a bit and was starting to get a resurgence, and and then health just really was his problem.
He was, there is the thing, if you're good enough, you can get away with being a pain in the ass, and I think for the most part he was good enough.
We'll just quickly do this one just so we can see Val Kilmer with his dates. This is from the official Top Gun site, Twits. Remembering Val Kilmer, whose incredible cinematic mark spanned genres and generations. Rest in peace, Iceman. Val Kilmer, 1959, 2025.
It's a shame. It's a shame, really, because I don't know about you guys, but I'm really feeling it. Like most of the stars that I grew up with are literally beaten out, and it's really making me feel sad.
Well, this one hit hard this morning, and we're almost the same age, and that really kind of. But I grew up with this guy, so Gene Hackman was horrible. I loved so many of his movies, but I didn't kind of have the connection that I do with somebody like him.
He was good as Batman as well, I thought, even though the film was awful.
I think he was a good Bruce Wayne.
Yes,
I don't know that he was the best Batman, but that's always the problem they've had with Batman.
His costume was amazing. His costume in that film, it was like typical. It looked like a like a comic book drawing. It just looks so good. He looked really good in the costume.
Listen, I'm going to admit it. The movie has flaws, but I really enjoyed number 3. I enjoyed his Batman. I loved Nicole Kidman in that role. I thought she looked incredibly glamorous.
Yeah.
They had really good chemistry.
And the choreography, Batman was much more, it was a much more sort of smooth, organic fighting style than it was with Michael Keaton. So, you know, I really like that movie. And we all have our guilty pleasures. And I guess Batman Forever is one of mine.
Here you go. Simulex, Ottoman Wrenched. I liked him as Elvis in True Romance. I can't remember him.
Well, yeah, you can't.
You never see him. He's the voice of Elvis that Christian Slater talks to in the mirror.
Yeah, wasn't there some sort of a copyright thing or a contract? They couldn't show his face.
Yeah, they couldn't show it.
But leave it to Smilex to always cut to the heart of the matter.
He's good
Tommy
like
Lee Jones.
Side defeat, Legend, Wrench. Tommy Lee Jones fucked it.
Well, he was like all the time, wasn't he?
Well, he's got Jim Carrey playing in there as well, so the two of them are just trying to see which one can go over the top.
Yeah, exactly.
And then they did. They went over the top.
I thought Jim Carrey was funny in that film.
Yeah, the movie was fun in a way that movies today are not fun.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll proceed. It's just mainly the same tweet saying the same thing, folks. So, Val Kilmer has died at the age of 65.
Looks good in that costume.
Nipples.
Yeah, apart from the nipples. Oh, no.
Val Kilmer sadly passed away at the age of 65.
Yeah, he had the throat cancer, and then didn't he also have a stroke?
I think so. I don't know.
But pneumonia got him.
The Top Gun Maverick scene, fucking hell, that gets me every time. That does with Cruise and Kilmer. That's a great scene.
Yeah.
Mr. Cruise wanted Val Kilmer to be in the film, didn't he?
Yep.
Yes, he did. He did.
I know Kilmer didn't have many Hollywood friends, if he had many friends at all, but he sort of stayed out of the whole party scene.
Smilex Wrenched. If you haven't watched the doc about him made by his son, you really should at Miss Brown. Yeah, Not Brian says it's just a must watch is the documentary.
Mr. Brown
on Amazon Prime.
Did you say Not Brian was the one who loved the Saint in The Doors?
Yes. Yes. He's a massive fan of Kilmer. He's Not Brian. Massive fan.
Oh, I love. We were talking backstage. I love The Saint. I think it's an incredibly underrated movie and under-discussed. And The Doors was just phenomenal. It's probably my favorite biopic.
The Saint.
Yeah. The Simon Templar, the Roger Moore TV show from the.
The TV show's terrific. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Val Kilmer made the movie.
And I thought the movie was fantastic.
Oh, no. I thought it was
okay. I think we've got some movies here. Okay, we'll just do the Michael Mann. Sorry. Michael Mann plays tribute to Val Kilmer while working with Val on Heat. I always marveled at the range, the brilliant variability within the powerful current of Val's possession and expressioning character. Wow. After so many years of Val battling disease and maintaining his spirits, this is tremendously sad news.
But the thing is, though, if you're Michael Mann, right, and you know all these stars, I mean, I hate to say it, why put this out on a whatever? Why not just go to the family and express how sad you are, or whatever, or send them a letter or something like that? Do you really have to put this out for the public? It just seems like, again, me.
Maybe somebody just asked him, and this is from film. This is from film updates, by the way. Gotcha. Somebody would have just commented.
Just commented. Okay, well, yeah.
Well, and I think there's nothing wrong with contacting the family. You know, if you
know them,
text and all stuff, but then saying something publicly because he had a huge fandom. This isn't Bob who nobody knew. this is an actor that there were generations of people that grew up watching his work.
Who's the girl in the pic? This is from Heat. This is
I can't remember.
Leslie Judd.
Ashley Judd.
Ashley
Ashley.
Judd.
Ashley Judd, yeah. Heat is a terrific movie. It really
Yes, it
is.
You're not wrong.
I have to say, I think I've had a crush on Ashley Judd ever since she was in Star Trek Next Generation, pretty
Yeah.
much.
Although I think
Heat
this is the movie that I realized that her face was starting to fall off.
Heat is 30 years old, isn't it?
Yeah.
Shall I tell you a funny story that I've told many, many times before? First proper girlfriend at the time, we went to the cinema, so I had a choice between Heat or what's that, Alicia Silverstone?
Clueless.
Clueless. So the choice was Heat or Clueless. Yeah. Guess what we went to see?
You went to
Clueless.
see Clueless because you were
Yes. And I never saw Heat in the cinema. Damn.
I remember how
Things you do for love, you know?
the the shootouts in the streets. I
Oh,
loved it, but I loved it because of the sound effects were terrific. It sounded like they were actually on the street,
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
especially the gun shooting, the gun effects and stuff like. It was a pretty good shootout. It really was.
okay. I think we've got some. Oh, no, another one. Sorry, I'm boomering tonight. Hey, look back at Val Kilmer's most iconic roles, include Top Gun, The Doors, Tombstone, and Batman Forever.
Tombstone was great. He was great in Tombstone. I forgot he was on that. In there, it was Doc Holliday, wasn't he? In Tombstone.
I'll be your Huckleberry.
Yeah, terrific stuff.
You're no Daisy. You're no Daisy at all.
Yeah.
Alex, I saw Heat in the cinema. I also stayed in a hotel minutes from that shootout. So there. Damn,
Oh,
nice.
Wow, yeah.
Tuberculosis is good for the skin.
Okay, so I was going to do the top. I asked the guests for top Kilmer movies, and I was going to put a nice little graphic together. And luckily, coming in Dark Hour, arranged for $2. Hello, my friend. I'm your Huckleberry. Indeed, you are.
Your Huckleberry.
Cheers, Dark Hour. Good
It's
to see you,
just
mate.
my game.
Okay. Somebody basically did a graphic for me. So I was quite
Very
pleased
nice.
about that.
Real
Okay, so-
Geniuses wasn't very good.
Shut up. Real Genius.
Oh,
is one
it
of the
was-
best
okay.
movies he made.
Okay.
That's my life right there. You know, from being a teenager all the way to now. I look at those movies and I'm like, that's me growing up.
Okay. Emperor, favorite on there?
Oh man,
Which floats your boat on that little list?
I mean, it's Top Secret and Real Genius are the two
Oh.
that I go to on the regular. I mean, the Real Genius I think I like a bit more, but Top Secret is hilarious. And I'm surprised that they didn't have the Ghost in the Darkness.
He has done a lot of films.
Kiss Kiss Bang Bang was really good. The Salton Sea is I mean, a lot of people haven't seen it, but it's a really good one.
Top Secret is a favorite of mine, and it was his first film, wasn't it?
Yep.
I think that it is I think it's the best airplane film as well.
I mean, it is the visual gags are hilarious, and the fact that it opens with skeet surfing. Let's go. All right.
Yeah.
I actually think for me it would be the three. It would be Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, Heat, and Tombstone for me.
For what reasons?
Well, I saw Kiss Kiss Bang Bang at the premiere in Cannes, and they were all there. And I thought the film was really well directed and really well written. There's some really funny gags in that film. I thought Heat was just a powerhouse of a movie. It was just, it was brilliant from start to finish. Heat.
Amazing.
I wasn't bored at all with it. And Tombstone was really enjoyable as a comic book Western thing. I thought it was very good.
Willow is better than all of those.
Yeah, I remember him being in that. How comes
Well,
that's not up, Willow?
it's obviously not their top 10, is it? This
I see.
where I picked it from. Ista?
Well, I have to say, of all of those, I've seen Top Gun the most because in the 90s, when you were installing a surround sound system, that was the videotape you would use to test it.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
But I have to say, it's hard, but I'm gonna go with Heat and Tombstone. And I know earlier I had said Top Gun, but I'm gonna go with The Doors because he was just absolutely phenomenal in that.
Yeah, he was. I mean, it was a brilliant performance.
Yeah, the movie itself, but
Yeah, it's
I'll
a bit
tell
painful.
you what.
Yeah, it's
But you know what? The Leonard Peltier, it was loosely based. I mean, all of those movies are real bangers that nothing modern can really compare to them. We really enjoyed when Thunderheart came out, but him playing off of Sam Shepard was kind of a classic, not buddy cop movie.
Here, folks, not Brian Wrench, other Brian. Best Kilmer line. I love your movies, man. You have a great penis. Jim Morrison's Tom Baker.
well, there you go.
Do you know I saw Heat at the BFI?
Nice.
Was projected via film, and Michael Mann was there. He supervised, so he gave them this pristine print of Heat, and it was absolutely phenomenal watching it played via film. And he came out and had a talk as well and explained certain things that was in the movie and stuff like that. So Heat is one of my favorite movies, and again, I would say this: it's a powerhouse of a movie. It's freaking awesome from start to finish. It really is. Even the sequence in the beginning when Robert De Niro's coming up that escalator, you know that you're in for something special when you see that scene, and that was just the beginning. So there you go.
Yeah, but I think Dark Iron made a good point earlier. I mean, Heat is a great movie, but it's not Val Kilmer that makes the movie.
No, it's not. No. Yeah,
Is that Wonderland?
I'm not sure if I've seen
No one is mentioning Wonderland.
No, I've never seen Wonderland.
Okay.
Never seen it.
I still haven't finished my Gene Hackman Film Festival, but I guess I'll have to do the Val Kilmer one.
That's going to take about 8 more years.
I know.
What film are you up to then?
I haven't been going in order, but it's 82 movies.
Wow.
And I just finished Crimson Tide a couple of days ago. So.
He's great in that. He's phenomenal in that. He's brilliant. Yeah, he's terrific.
It's a shame they didn't do a movie together. I could get a twofer.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Manuel Grail brings up one that wasn't on this list of Spartan.
Oh, I
love
love that film. I can't believe I didn't think about it. That may actually end up being supplanting one of my top 3. That movie is fantastic.
It is an excellent movie. Yeah,
and I'm sort of a Mamet fan. I like the way he does dialogue. Excellent pacing. The Spanish Prisoner, Spartan. Yeah. A good call, Manuel.
Shall we do some marks out of 10 for these movies?
sure.
If we have to.
Yeah, okay. Okay, shall we start with Top Secret? Emperor?
I think Airplane is like a 10 out of 10 for those series of movies, and I would say
the first one was, yeah.
Yeah, the first one, and then this one's a 9.
It's right up there, isn't it?
Yeah.
Ian, Top Secret.
I'm gonna go on the rating system that everybody else goes on, not my rating system. Okay, right. So a 6, definitely.
Is there?
I'm gonna remember when this came out, the whole airplane sort of phenomenon hasn't been played out as much. So I'm gonna give it an 8.5 out of 10.
This was the good old VHS days, wasn't it?
It was.
I'm going to give it a solid 8 out of 10. Real Genius. I've not seen this.
Oh my God, fix that.
Go on, Emperor. Mark.
Real Genius is that is like of all the 80s, teen movie kind of things where they're in school or they're, having problems or whatever. This one is the best for me because it doesn't go with sappy, emotion jerking. You all have kind of these quirky characters because it's at like, MIT, and the kind of the lines that Kilmer gives are absolutely hilarious. He's explaining. He sets up a party with a beautician's college, and all the women come, and they're really hot, and he's
The women
explaining.
come. Nice.
Yeah, and he's explaining to his very nerdy, geeky science geek friends that you may well consider that this is the only time in your lives that you will have a chance to get laid. And so they all go jumping into the pool. It's that one's that's a 10 for me, but there's a whole lot of nostalgia on that one.
Okay, Ian, have you seen Real Genius?
I have, but I can't remember it. It was such a long time
Okay.
ago that I saw it, and I don't know what to give it. I
Okay.
wouldn't know.
Come on, folks. Your favourite film on that list? Brian's coming with the doors. Ista, Real Genius?
Yeah, this one also nostalgic for me. I was at a very famous engineering school. I was an RA for a bunch of new freshmen coming in, very brilliant and socially awkward fellas. This movie came out. It was like it was made for them. So I gotta give it 9 out of 10. This one holds a special place in my heart.
Okay. Top Gun. I'll do this one. Obviously, Top Gun is a bit hammy. It's very of its time. It just captured a moment, didn't it, back in the 80s? Lots of happy memories with this. I'm probably going to give it a high mark than it probably is, but I'm probably going to give it an 8. Ian?
I hated Top Gun. It was absolute shit when I saw it. I was like, why is everybody, saying this film is good? It's crap. It's just basically flag waving. I hated it. There you go.
Emp?
Ooh, Top Gun. I'm not the biggest fan of. I mean, it's definitely of its time. I think I would probably give it like a 6. It's a bit above average, but that's about it for me.
Ista?
One of the most famous aerial stuntmen that ever lived died during the making of that movie. And the pilot community is fairly close. So as far as making all my other movies sound great, because it's how I tuned my stereo, I have to give it high marks. As a movie, I'd say, fun but mediocre, 6.5. But I can't watch the movie without being reminded of the death of Art Shaw. So
Okay, we'll quickly go through the others. True Romance, I'm going to give that a 7. Emp?
Oh, True Romance, I give a good 8.5. I mean, some really great performances. Yeah.
In fact, I might give it 8, actually. Ian?
Sure, I didn't like True Romance when I saw it. I still don't like it. I'll give it a 3.
Is that
8.5.
okay? Doors. Emp?
Kilmer in it is, I mean, I would give him like a 9.5 for the acting. The movie itself was pretty painful for me. Maybe a 5.
Ian?
I agree with Emperor. His performance was amazing. The film was dull. 4 or 2.
I think Brian's coming for you. I think Brian's going to come looking for you.
Yeah, it seems like he can skip me. I have the same answers that Jay has every time. So
Thunderheart.
I haven't seen it.
Oh, it's been a long time since I saw it, and it was fairly forgettable when I saw it. But I think there was like 2 or 3 other movies that came out around this time that involved. So there was the what the hell was the one where the FBI
incident at Oglala?
No, it had the kid from Lost Boys.
Twisted Sister?
No. Whatever. Anyway, there were like 3 movies that all came out around the same time, and this just kind of get mixed into that mud for me. So I mean, I can't really rate it because I don't really remember it well enough.
Ian.
What?
Thunderheart.
I haven't seen it.
Okay. Is there
Val Kilmer in it gets an 8, but the movie it's the epitome of the cheesy Hollywood ending. I give it a 4.
Okay. 4.5. Kiss Kiss Bang Bang. Ian?
Kisses Bang Bang, I would give that. I thought it was very well written. I thought the performances were great, and it was directed by Shane Black, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And Shane Black's first. I thought it was really good, so I'd give it a 6 or a 7.
Yeah, I think I'd give Kiss Kiss Bang Bang a 7.
Is that
7.5 maybe.
who's seen the Dalton Sea?
The Salton Sea.
Salton Sea.
That is
Timothy Dalton.
It is a really good movie. It's a bit rough to watch at times, but I think I would give that one a good solid 8, maybe a little higher.
Okay. Anybody else?
Yeah, I haven't seen it.
Okay. Heat.
Oh man, I'd give that an 8. It's a very, very, very good film. It cannot be faulted. Photography, performances, the way everything was set up, great direction. It's just an amazing film. As far as these films don't come, they don't.
Heat
come
2 on the way, mate.
No, I'm not going to see that shit. Come on, this is the one, man. Don't spoil the image of this.
9 or 9.5, depending on my mood. A phenomenal movie. And the Salton Sea was during my drinking days, so I barely remember, but I do kind of recall Vincent D'Onofrio being awesome in it.
Okay.
Heat, man. I mean, it's the only problem I've ever had with Heat is the long dragging out ending bit with the very annoying music. But the performance and everything. I mean, it's a fantastic movie. Val is a small part. You know, he does his job very well in it, but the movie itself is a good solid 9.
Heat.
Michael Mann does that with the music at the endings of almost all his movies, doesn't he?
Yeah.
9 all day.
Yeah, I just watched Manhunter recently, and if I hear Inagata Devita one more fucking time.
Okay, last one then. Tombstone.
Oh, Tombstone's great. I really enjoyed it. I think I'd give that a 7. I think it's really good. Very, very fun.
Tombstone had the unfortunate luck to come out around the same time as Wyatt Earp, and me looking at Dennis Quaid as Doc Holliday versus Val Kilmer. Dennis Quaid kills him, but I think that Tombstone. You're right when you say it's like a cartoon cowboy movie. It's very just enjoyable to watch, and there's some great lines, and you have some great actors doing good work. I would give it a 7.
Okay. And last, Ista.
I'll give it an 8, but I often fuse Wyatt Earp and Tombstone together in my mind because I think they were both fantastic movies. But they definitely had a different feel to the storytelling.
They did. I mean, Tombstone's a comic book version of of that story. It really is. And Wyatt Earp is more of a trying to get an Oscar kind of film. That's what it is. So.
Yeah, the one thing is everybody talks about Val Kilmer, I'm your Huckleberry, but everybody forgets Dennis Quaid's excellent line, "You all can kiss my rebel dick."
What about Kurt Russell's line where he says, "I'm coming for you and hell's coming with me"?
It's amazing. It's amazing they even finished Tombstone, though.
Yes, I know,
it would be one of Drinker's production hell bits, probably really well.
And you know who directed it? Really?
Kurt Russell, right?
Kurt Russell, man, that directed it, but he didn't want to take the credit, did he? Because the director didn't know what he was doing. So there you go.
Who was the director who didn't know what he was doing?
I can't remember who the director was, but apparently that's the backstory. So
I think I saw an interview with Kurt Russell who basically said he directed it.
Yeah.
Okay. Many years later, that is though. Okay, so that's top secret. Love Top Secret.
Yes.
Batman Forever.
Yeah, Kurt Russell better outlive me because I don't know if I can handle it.
Was this the last decent Batman film of that era?
No, no, it wasn't. The Chris Nolan's ones were really good.
No, you meant of that era, of like
that era.
Yeah,
I you know what? Right, I liked it, but I didn't think it was good as the Burton ones. I thought it went backwards, back to the '60s Batman. I thought this did, so I was a bit disappointed with it.
Yeah, but I think it was intentional, and
Yeah.
and for someone who was just praising Flash Gordon for being camp, what the hell is going on, Ian?
Why didn't this was 30 years ago as well?
The reason why was
Why didn't
because that
Keaton do it?
what you call it, the studio wanted Tim Burton to have it kid friendly, and Tim Burton kind of refused because they had all this for the last film. They had all these links with McDonald's meals and stuff like that, and they couldn't sell it because you got the Penguin spewing green gunk out of it, and you got what's their name dressed in an S&M costume, isn't it? So they couldn't do it. So that's why they wanted to change it. So they asked Burton, and Burton refused, and what's his name? Keaton said he wasn't going to do it without Burton, and then that was the end of that era. And then they got this.
I always remember
direct Batman. So
I always remembered we just rocked up after going to Glastonbury that year, and we were all in a good mood because it hadn't pissed it down that year. So I remember watching Batman Forever. It was all right. I quite enjoyed it.
It was all right. It just wasn't. It just for me, it felt like it was going backwards to me. Anyway, I did think Jim Carrey was funny though.
Tom Wrench, this is me. I only saw it once drunk and stoned 30 years ago.
It's full of color though. You got to admit, when you watch that film, at least you can see everything that's happening. There was color everywhere, red, green, and blues everywhere in that film. It's very well shot.
Yeah.
Batman Forever.
Who directed this?
Was it Schumacher?
Schumacher,
Yeah, it was Joel Schumacher.
Yeah.
It was the next one. What was garbage, wasn't it?
It was, yeah, with Joel.
Yeah, and he's publicly apologized for the
Yeah,
Here you go. It's Phobos. Oh, that's you. Wrenched. Wool spot. $2. Thank you, my friend. Nicole Kidman won. Yeah, she was all right in this.
Yeah.
She was hot in this. Yeah.
Yeah.
Incredibly hot.
She was no Michelle Pfeiffer in BDSM gear with a whip, but
no, she wasn't.
Not Brian Wrenched. The bat nipples and the ass shot was a bit much.
That's because you had the director. The director was, I think he's gay. The director directed this.
Yes.
Joel Schumacher. So, that's what they do, I guess.
Rats McSweeney, Nicole before Scientology.
Yes. No, but did she not break up with Cruise before this film? I think they broke up. Did they not?
No. Professor R2, Wrenched, Wool Spot, or Prof. Both Schumacher movies were terrible. Strip Killer.
I mean, this movie was fun. I'm sorry. It was fun.
Istaphobos, Wrenched, Wool Spot, gifted 1 Mr. Brown Alliance memberships. Thank you, Ista.
Oh, it went to Smilex.
If a man who deserves it. Smilex won today, so
yeah, that's what he gets for mentioning Spartan.
Hold on. Okay. I think there's something else.
And finally.
Okay. I'm sure here we go.
What's next?
Who saw this?
I saw this.
I saw it.
Threw up a little bit in my mouth.
Yeah, Melvin of Deeply was beside himself with excitement.
Yeah.
David Fincher is rumored. Everybody thought this was a April Fool as well, but it's not apparently. David Fincher is rumored to be directing a sequel to the amazing best film ever, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, based on a screenplay by Tarantino, which Netflix reportedly purchased for $20 million. Brad Pitt would or will return to star, but it's unknown if Leonardo DiCaprio would as well. I bet it does.
I have to note, particularly in these days where it's almost impossible to tell satire from reality, April 1st is a bad day to make announcements.
Yeah, Gary said that, but apparently it's genuine.
Yeah, was it Screen Rant or whoever it was that put it out had to intentionally say, look, we know it's April 1st, but this is not an April Fool's joke.
Yeah, but the thing is, though, it's like, well, what else can you say? what you know, when you make a sequel to this, what is it going to be? What's the story? Because the story of the first one was about the shooting, wasn't it? Of Sharon, is it Sharon Tate?
Yeah, and it wasn't a
Yeah.
shooting. It was,
And they changed history on that one. So what's this one going to be about? Is it going to be about the life of a stuntman? And he's
Smokey and the
based on
Bandit.
well, he's
Mem-
based on a real stuntman, isn't he?
Hal Needham, is it?
Yeah.
yeah.
Who's the guy that always says this movie is shit and will
Melvin.
often? Oh, okay.
Ian, isn't it?
No, it's Melvin.
Melvin. That's right.
Melvin.
Yeah, Melvin's suggestion was that he goes back in time and saves Marilyn Monroe.
I've been on a super chat about physics, and Melvin will go in and drop a super chat. Once upon a time in
Yeah.
Hollywood
Boom.
was
Yeah,
shit. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know if this is a good idea though, because they purchased the Tarantino's probably swimming in money now. The purchase is for 20 million. Who buys a script for 20 million? For God's
Netflix.
sake?
Because they've just
because they got the money.
Netflix are just they're awash with cash.
Netflix is determined to destroy cinema. That's what.
Well,
they're
cinema's doing
determined
an
to
excellent
do.
example of destroying
Destroying
themselves.
itself.
They don't need any help.
That's true as well. Mm.
Smilex wrenched wool spot. Spoilers: Mr. Hilter didn't get blown away in a cinema either.
Yeah.
No, he didn't. No.
Yeah, I again, go ahead, tarnish, your legacy. Feel free. I'm not interested in it.
But Tarantino, right? He's basically saying now that there's no point in making movies anymore because he he explains obviously about the whole content thing and stuff like that. But he's saying he might focus on theater. He was saying,
or selling screenplays to Netflix for $20 million.
$1 million.
Well,
I thought you were going to say video games.
No. Well, yeah. Again, right? He probably didn't want to make the sequel that he wrote. He probably wanted to turn it into a novel. And if they're going to offer him 20 million, he hasn't made a film in how many years?
He's not making this one because David
Yes, I'm
Fincher's going to
saying.
be the director. So
He probably thought, okay, 20 million, that's fine. There you go. You know what I mean? So
I have terrible ideas. I would be happy to sell for $20 million.
yeah.
Here you go. Alex Ashcan wrenched. Spoilers: Indiana Jones and that broad saved Mr. Hilter.
Yeah, that's true.
Still never seen. I still haven't seen that.
Which one?
The last one. Refused to watch it. Refused to
that
watch it.
Rubbish. Absolute rubbish.
Hey, we don't get a bin tonight? Is there no bin?
No. Bins are just Sundays.
Oh, okay.
I mean, this would qualify as in the bin.
Yeah. I was gonna...
Fair enough.
I quite enjoyed the movie. I enjoyed the.
Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
It was all right.
No, the idea of a sequel is the
now the sequel. Yeah, because sequels are always better than the originals.
Yeah, it's going to be weird, isn't it?
Yeah, Aliens and Godfather 2 are the only ones I got. Oh, Mad Max.
Star Trek 2.
Empire Strikes Back.
Empire Strikes Back.
Star Trek 2. Empire Strikes Back.
Star Trek 2, yeah.
Road Warrior.
Although the third one, Star Trek 3, way.
No.
Yes, I love Star Trek 3. Love Star Trek 3.
You're allowed to have bad taste.
That's not bad taste. It's brilliant
Good
movie.
taste.
You know what? I have to say, Star Trek 3 would have been good, but I couldn't get past the recasting of Savick.
That was a problem. I know.
With Robin Curtis.
I know that was a problem.
It probably that alone just killed the movie for me. I mean,
That
but
was
Christopher,
Christopher, I kept
He-
waiting for you want to blow up the Genesis device. Okay, dog.
oh, that was good. That was good. Yeah,
What
he
about
was
Short Circuit 2? That was all right.
he was magnificent in it.
It was. Star Trek 3 is one of the best, actually, the best Star Trek movie ever made, in my opinion. I loved it. Loved it right across the board. It was
And I
really
like
good.
Robin Curtis, but she was wrong for Savick. She played her like a full-on Vulcan. and
That was
not-
the one occasion where they should have just given the late, great Kirstie Alley
David
the money.
is dead.
Arch Collian wrenched. Mr. Baroness.
Klingon
Indiana
bastard.
Jones. The last one was crap. Yes. You didn't like The Last Crusade.
I love The Last
Yeah,
Crusade.
there's only 3 Indiana Jones movies.
That's yes.
that's a fair point.
Yeah, I love The Last Crusade. Well, Last Crusade was entertainment all the way through. Terrific stuff.
Smilex is right. Apollo 13 was the best of the Apollo movies.
I do.
Yeah.
I do want to shout out
Terminator
to
2.
Terminator 2 was great. Yeah.
Mm-mm.
No,
Not
you
as
like
good as
Terminator 2?
Not as good as Terminator.
Oh, really? I thought Terminator 2 was better than Terminator.
No,
but
My
hey.
Pet Terminator was not nearly as compelling as actually Scary Terminator.
Yes,
That was
Yeah.
a horror, wasn't it? Though horror.
Yeah.
it was respectable, but it wasn't better.
I
It
thought
was
it
it
was
was
terrific.
it was a visual feast.
I did want to shout out to the chat. If you haven't seen Spartan, it's totally worth a look. Go
Yeah.
see it.
That's a Kilmer film, is it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a David Mamet script, and I think he directed it.
Oh, Lethal Weapon 2. That was
Oh, yeah.
good.
Yes.
I like Lethal Weapon.
I like
2.
it.
like it.
Diplomatic immunity.
Yeah, I still don't think it was better than the first one, though. They were
No, it
already.
wasn't.
No.
It wasn't. But it was
But
good,
you're-
though. It was
But you're
fun.
blick.
Oh, there are plenty of good
Easy.
sequels, but superior sequels are
Yeah,
rare.
better than the originals.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
Karen, I'm just typing, bear with me.
I don't know.
I thought Naughty Nurses 2 was pretty damn good, but it
Did you?
wasn't nearly as good as Naughty Nurses 1.
No.
You can't call James Bond sequels, can you?
Not really.
All
No.
different
No,
movies,
no.
all different movies. I don't know.
Okay. I wonder when this is going to be. Are they going to fast track this, do we think?
I hope not.
If they
Are
wait
we-
too long, they won't be using actors anymore.
That's
Hmm.
true.
Are we going
Very
to
true.
watch Pitt's next movie, F1?
No,
No.
not interested.
I don't know. Even though I despise F1, I quite fancy it. I don't know why.
Remember that other crappy movie that Tom Cruise made? That one where he was a was it
Days of Thunder.
racetrack?
Days of
That was
Thunder. yeah.
terrible as well. That was awful.
There's another
That's
Nicole
really
Kidman.
bad.
Yeah, that's where he met and married Nicole Kidman
Yeah.
yeah.
and
Awful
brought her
film.
into Scientology. Yeah.
As if that would happen in real life. So have you ever driven a? And he goes, no, but I watched it on TV. I'm like, yeah, you'd kick that guy out if you said that, wouldn't you? So I just
Um,
thought, I think it's
As
awful.
terrible as the movie was, though, Robert Duvall was great in it as
Good in
usual.
everything.
Like,
Yeah.
He's good in everything. He's good in
Speaking of terrible movies,
Aliens 2, yay!
Minecraft is shite, apparently.
oh, I'm so shocked.
Man, who could have anticipated that development?
No one saw that coming.
It's supposed to be bad.
But it has Jack Black.
Theater goers are going to have a really interesting variety of choices. Next
Theaters are
week when
going
they
to
go
have a
the
real
movie.
problem this year.
Okay, so that's Minecraft's out.
indeed.
It's Minecraft's out now, isn't it? Or is it this Friday? Out now?
There's no reviews posted yet. I think it officially released on Thursday.
Okay. What else is out in April? That one with Rami Malek. What's it called?
The Amateur or something like that.
Yeah, something like that. And then Ben Affleck, The Accountant.
Accountant 2.
So there's kind of a couple of action films out this month.
Yeah, there's a horror movie, the Mickey Mouse Screamboat Willie,
Yeah, that looks terrible though.
Yeah.
and there's a Tom Hardy movie, Havoc.
Yeah, I'm not really interested.
I'm looking forward to episode 2 of Mobland.
And Ballerina comes out in April, doesn't it?
Oh, but April. Really?
Is it?
Ballerina comes out.
No,
Yeah.
Ballerina's later, isn't it?
It might be, but I just looked it up and it said April.
I don't want to see Anna
Okay.
the Anus with all tats
That
all over her.
anus.
Oh.
Okay. I think that is it, folks. That is it. That is it. I will say, folks, steady numbers this evening. Thank you for turning up. Thank you for your interaction. Thank you for the super chats. Thank you for listening to these old bastards going on about shite as we do so. Chat, you are wonderful. We will see you next time. I'm going to thank the guests. Mega Geek. Cheers, in.
No worries.
The wonderful Istaphobos. Cheers, pal.
I'll be your Huckleberry. I can't really sound like him, but thanks for having me on. This is a blast.
I'll be Huckleberry.
And he's not
I'll
been
be
on
your
for a while, but it's great to have Emperor Goodwin.
Well, thanks for
Cheers,
having me
Jake.
back, and I do. Yeah, I love being on your show and with the lovely
thanks,
chat
mate.
as always.
Are we plugging anything, Emperor?
I'll be on Jacob Ironside's channel in an hour.
I will say, folks, there's a GoFundMe. There's a pin message for Jacob Ironside. Is one of the original OGs of this channel, folks. So if you could just click the pin message and just click through to the GoFundMe page, you can make a decision after you've read the description. So entirely up to you, folks. But if you could just give it 30 seconds, I'd appreciate that. Thank you. Go on, Emperor.
Yeah, no, those of us that know Jacob, I mean, you know what a sweetheart he is, and this is an unfortunate situation he's in. So do what you can if you want to, and take a look. But yeah, I'm going to be covering They Live, which I've had a great run because on Niet's channel on Saturday we did The Thing. I did,
gutted I wasn't invited, but never mind. Moving on.
And then Sin City with Cannoli, and then I'm doing They Live. And this is great. Unfortunately, I will have to go back to B-Sides where Adam Gray will make me watch something terrible.
Still waiting for my invite for that, but never mind.
We invite you all the time. You just complain about it's too late for you. It's
2 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when it starts.
Yeah.
I don't know how Otter does it every week.
He takes naps.
It often goes on for 4 or 5 hours.
Fuck.
You can hear him snoring in the background.
Ista, you plugging anything, mate?
Just say, hey, come and say hi to me on Twitter. I did repost the Jacob Ironside.
Yeah.
That's a rough situation, man.
Yeah, go on, guys. If you can have a look at that, that'd be appreciated, guys. Ian, you plug in.
I'm not plugging anymore because nobody's giving me any money. So,
hey, that's not true. I give you.
No, you've given me money, and I appreciate it, but it's stopped. It stopped dead, hasn't it? There's no one giving any money. So.
Well, I asked you to send me those pictures, Ian, and you didn't do it. So there's no check.
That is it, folks. I think not Brian, Melvin, and I will be modding. Sorry, Emperor as well. Forgot. Sorry, we'll be modding Open Bar tomorrow. Check out Trevor's. For the love of it,
I'm confused. Anyway,
for the love of it, everybody check out Trevor on Friday. Trevor is going to kill it on Fridays. Trevor was born to do Fridays, folks. So check out Trevor on Friday. We're back at the weekend. We will see you soon. Take care, everybody. Bye.
Cheers.
Timing.